Jen, say something.
Welcome, everybody.
I said you're up.
I know, and here we are. We're on another Tuesday, another episode of Building Modular, and there's just so much excitement and so much energy in the air, even though we're not in Orlando at IBS. With all of you, there's still so much going on and so many things to see and so many great presentations happening that we're doing some serious multitasking today.
Yeah, you know what? It's we've been back and forth with the NAHB and things that are happening on, and we're trying not to take away from the big show because there's so many great speakers, especially in the offsite world. Building Systems has a much larger platform this year within the International Builder Show, and it's growing and growing and growing. So we're always trying not to take away from that. Now, the good news is there are so many people that signed up. The bad news is there's a little bit of technical issues with the website, but they're working through it. So, I mean, with that said, we're gonna cut to the chase on this and really we're gonna talk about some of the things that we're doing. I have a screen share up there behind us. But again, the site's a little bit slow, but we're going to be talking about what is coming up. Mike Rowe has been rescheduled. So if you didn't have time for the keynote, guess what? You didn't miss it. You didn't miss it. So many people logged on and it actually crashed. Who would have thought? I mean, that's 100,000 people at the real show. So, I mean, we don't know what the numbers are, but my guess is it's pretty significant, especially to do that.
Definitely. And like we said, I mean, so much is happening in this virtual world, and there are so many amazing things because not only are there all of the presentations happening as part of IBS in terms of their education tracks and tech bites and keynotes and all of that, there are all of these amazing live exhibits that the exhibitors are putting on. And sponsoring as if, you were actually visiting their booth. So that's the really cool part. There is just so much happening. How do you know where to go?
Well, listen, we talked about this yesterday on the show, right? We had Greg Ugaldi on and John McGeary on yesterday, and we did a walkthrough on where to go on the site. Everything is very searchable. You can find what you're looking for. But today, listen, let's talk about what we have going on. This is, this is what we have going on. We got a lot going on. We did another interview with Mark Farmer, which is absolutely amazing. So it was great to have that opportunity for the National Association of Home Builders to interview Mark Farmer. And that actual talk is coming up. Let me get my banners here. We're going to put it up. Modernizing Construction, Tuesday, February 9th, 7:30 to 8:10. Hey, Jen, today's the 9th.
That's it. So tonight, it's not as if there isn't enough going on today, but tonight, hopefully after everybody fills their bellies, either with a little bit of dinner or maybe an adult beverage, definitely log on because 7:30 Eastern, Modernizing Construction with Mark Farmer, a terrific conversation. We've had him on the show before.
We have.
But essentially, how come the world, how come there isn't further adoption of offsite construction or modern methods of construction, industrialized construction? What are some of those hurdles? Why is it an opportunity for some builders to really pursue this and really get involved in modern methods of construction? And Mark's got the answers.
No, I got the answers.
Tell us.
You want to know? Well, you're going to have to tune in next month. Want to know why?
Tell us.
Well, you're going to find out more tonight. But the reality of it is, I'm going to plug this now. Tomorrow, we're going to have a special guest on tomorrow. Don't know if I told you.
All these surprises. See, that's how fast.
Jerry McCahey from Integra is taking time off from his speaking tour at the IBSx. He's going to join us just to do a roundup of how things are going at IBSx. We're going to be focusing on this all week. But why next month, Jen?
Why?
Because we're going to have Greg Ugaldi back on. And guess who else?
Tell us.
We're going to have Jerry McCahey on from Integra with Greg and I. And guess who else?
Who?
Henry Mickelberg.
Are you sure?
Henry Mickelberg, self-proclaimed #1 expert. I don't know how that's how he says it, but I love it. He's one of the smartest gurus in the offsite construction industry. But how does he put it on his website?
Modesty prevents.
Oh, his modesty prevents him from saying that. So I'm saying it for him. I love it. So with that said, what are we going to talk about, Jennifer?
Well, I don't even know. I don't know if there's a bandwidth large enough for Jerry,
Yes,
Henry,
I'm gonna have to
Greg,
control Jerry.
and you. There's going to be too many soapboxes.
No way, man. These are my favorite shows because I just introduce them and I just sit back and watch the fireworks. This is going to be a lot of fun having Henry on, having Jerry from Integra on, having Greg Ugaldi on, and we may add one or two other people to this panel. We are going to specifically talk about why the mainstream construction world has not adopted offsite. Is it because it's too expensive or is it not? What is the misconceptions out there, right? In modular, we used to have a misconception of, ooh, it's a modular, it's manufactured, it's not as well built as a site-built home. Guess what? That misconception's out the window. Well,
right.
almost.
Well,
out my windows.
And here's the thing, right? We were talking yesterday when we had Greg on about volumetric or offsite construction, whether or not it's cheaper. And there's a lot of opinions out there on that question. I think what maybe you all will do when you guys are together is define how you're quantifying the cost of construction. You know, what is going into that formula? Because if we don't understand what the baseline is in terms of that calculation, you never really get an apples to apples answer.
Well, that's exactly it. And how do you come to that calculation? And we're hoping that having several people on this call that understand this in its entirety, that are very well respected in our industry. That's why we had to bring them in, Jen, because we needed people that were respected.
The big guns. We need the big guns. Yeah.
So having them come in and actually talk about this and open this conversation is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to determine that date here after IBSx is over, but that is coming to you next month right here on Dave Cooper Live. And like I said, if you have any suggestions of who else would be great on this panel discussion, we would love to hear from you. Let us know who, what, when, maybe who, when, where might be on our show.
Right. So we're definitely digressing, but mostly because there's a lot of excitement here around this topic. And yes, oh gosh, seriously.
Thanks, Miles. You're my buddy. I love it.
Miles is suffering from lack of sleep. Let's just put it out there.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to say, I cut you off with banners, but I thought that was fun. I didn't mean to. Hello, Dave from VBC Manufacturer, North Carolina. Volumetric building companies. Gotta love VBC and the team and what they're doing, man. They're crushing it. Guess what, David Mowry? I don't know if you're in North Carolina, but we were coming that way next week. I haven't talked to Vaughn and Colby and your team yet, but I will be at your door soon. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for joining us.
And it's funny, there's a lot of support out there for VBS right now because Miles is also giving a shout out.
Vaughn Buckley for the panel.
Yeah. And
that's a good idea.
This is the thing. I mean, here's what's so exciting. We're not all together in Orlando right now, but we can definitely bring everybody together. I mean, I remember last year walking through Miles, Dave and I. Speaking of miles, how many miles did we walk through that showroom floor? We have a really great recap out there on YouTube of all the great exhibits from last year and the energy and all the excitement, all the terrific conversations
some of it.
That we were happening and who we bumped into. And Miles was a big part of that. So we miss being with you all. But how do we get everybody together and how do we get everybody still chatting and brainstorming and just coming up with crazy what ifs and solving for them?
Miles was a huge part of last year. I mean, what a fun walkthrough, doing everything with Miles. Let me pull it up. I know we shared it. I just got to search. Oh, there was the IBS wrap. You want to show the one of me in the airport?
No. But either way, David Mowry, would love to hear from you. If there's any exciting events that you've already tuned in for today at IBS, what's on your agenda and where will everybody be? Because I definitely miss being with the team at the ARIA last year in Las Vegas. That's for sure. When we had everybody together. Again, we're
almost there. You keep finding ways to talk, Jennifer.
Oh, there's no shortage of great things to say. And in a minute, we'll share our calendars and show you all what we have marked on for the event. But again, tonight with Mark Farmer, we have...
What's the matter with Miles? You could say I was a big part.
Yes, you were, Miles. You were, and you still are.
I'm sharing. You know what, Miles, I'm even going to include you in this because I'm a nice guy today. Listen, guys, check it out. This is what it was last year, and this is going to be what it's like this year as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Here we go. This is just Miles and I getting ready to do our walkthrough. If I can figure out how to get to it. Here we are.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's walk through. I got Miles Biggs with me from Biggs Idea. Say it.
Mojo Active.
Mojo Active. And Miles also has a podcast called Relish the Journey.
Yes, sir.
Right?
And
With
the second one now is Mojo Active, which is a marketing agency called Integrate and Conquer.
So the great thing
me
about this
speed up
live
here.
stream is we're going to walk you through a little bit. Check it
So
out.
if we go through, actually, one of my favorite
So,
moments.
I apologize
Which one?
earlier. We've had all kinds of issues.
Comes a lot
with-
later.
with-
It's almost toward the end where
Like
walking
competing
through
with a whole lot of
just
I guess,
happenstance we bumped
technology
into
and video feeds and everything else.
oh my
But I do
gosh,
think we have it dialed
Clayton
in now,
DeCorn
which is really,
from
really
Journal
great.
of like
And I'm
Construction.
so-
Oh, yeah, Clayton.
And we were
Presentations.
talking,
Like,
we were comparing notes,
you know,
right? On where have
tomorrow
you been?
morning,
What was the
at
best
Express
booth? You
Modular
know, did you learn
Franchise,
anything new?
we're
What
gonna
has you
sit
really,
down, having a virtual
super
round
jazzed
table
about IBS?
Andre Grubek is
And
gonna be there.
no surprise,
Here it comes.
the big,
Good, good.
well, I won't steal the
Having a
thunder,
good day?
but
Big day, yeah.
He's an editor. He's not a video guy. You
So,
can tell I caught
Journal
him
Light
off guard.
Construction editor, right? You're on live LinkedIn. Live LinkedIn. Yeah, so we had a good. Yeah, we had a nice dinner last night. We got to hang out with Matt Rissinger and a lot of other really.
That's Reisinger, by the way, I learned.
Yeah, that are really out there in the industry, known for themselves.
and Matt
So,
already today has done
catch
some
you off
amazing
guard?
presentations.
Yeah, and I like the kid.
Yes,
I
with
gotcha.
Steve Basic.
So,
Mhm.
I tell
And
John
others.
these. I'm like, hey, John, I got him. No. Oh, good. You having a good show so far? I am. What's exciting to you? So you're an editor for the Journal Light Construction. Tell me what's catching your eye here.
Probably the thing that's caught my eye the most is the MyTech booth because of what they're doing with
MyTech in the house.
manufacturing. And
All right, well, we probably don't have to show this whole
story
thing.
to tell, and I'm not sure I got all the details of it down.
So this is a great point,
It's really a
Dave.
software
You know, maybe
solution
pause it
for
here.
getting Software.
Because Clayton really hit he hit the nail on the head. I hate to use that language, but he really did. So the first question was, you know, what's the best part of the show so far? And Clay automatically went to the MyTech booth, which we were all
Yeah.
really feeling, right? We
They
were all
were.
feeling that last year.
Outside, it was like huge and blue, but the floor cassette and some of the things they had, like talking about, was huge.
Yeah. So what he just said though was it's a hard story to tell, right? It's a hard story to tell. So here we are at a trade show where you have all of this square footage, all of this amazing product, all of this great language up on the walls and wayfinding and educational tools and all of that. And everybody was still saying it's a hard story to tell. So why do I bring this up?
I don't know.
Because one of the presentations we're super jazzed about is your video content marketing presentation.
Oh, I did a video. It's on demand. You can go watch it right now if you can get in.
Right. So when you have a really hard story to tell, like MyTech does, video definitely helps you tell that story. Break it down into small pieces,
Yeah.
small nuggets. And, you know, sometimes when you write about something complicated or long and drawn out or some type of journey, definitely the written word is amazing. It's powerful, very emotional. But certainly video can fast track that message. So if you're looking for a way to tell your story, definitely check out, you know, video marketing.
Yeah, definitely check out what we talked about. It was a very powerful conversation to have. You know, we've had conversations since it's already gone live on demand on the show. But the reality of it is this: how do you get to the third meeting on the first meeting with a prospect? How do you get to the third meeting to the first meeting on the first? How do you get to the third meeting on the first meeting with a prospect? And what do I mean by that? Let's cut through the meet and greet. Let's cut through the handshake. Oh, how you doing? Who are you? Do we like each other? Do we feel good together? Do I trust you? Do you trust me? Do we want to work together? Let's cut all that out. How do we get to the third meeting where that's already been vetted, at least on the consumer side or the other business partner side, and you sit down and people feel like they already know who you are? Think about that. That's the thing. like people watch our show, right? We interact with a lot of people, but there's a lot of people that just watch our show. Do you feel like you know who we are to some extent? I mean, we kind of just put it out there. It's live. We're not editing or, making things up as we're making things up as we go, I guess you could say, but it's not scripted
Right.
for the most part. We have outlines to certain shows. So with that said, that whole talk, inbound marketing, strategies, the top 10 things you can do. Number 10 being the best one. That's really where I dive into video marketing because I believe in video marketing. That's really where it shines. So you can find it definitely. Maybe Jen, we can pull it up on the agenda and I can share that with people.
Yeah, definitely. So we've talked about 2 really great events so far. We talked about Mark Farmer tonight, Modernizing Construction. That starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We talked about the on-demand session in Tech Bites. You can find that in Tech Bites, video content marketing, video content for inbound marketing, how to shorten your sales cycle, 10 easy steps. And then in terms of building systems, Devin Perry has an amazing lineup this year. Been working super hard to get a lot of this content into IBS. And on February 11th, which is the last day, at 5 p.m., taking advantage of systems built construction for custom homes.
Boy, do I know something about that. I am going to be the moderator and host of that, and we're going to have people answering questions from all different walks of life in this industry. But we are going to talk about how you can utilize building systems for your custom home. Can you use systems for custom homes? There's a lot of site builders out there that say, no, it's too boxy. You can't do this. You can't do that. Well, guess what? I'm bringing my soapbox. Let's have a conversation about it. I love it. So bring your questions and I'll hopefully have answers. And if I don't have answers, I probably know somebody that will, and we can get you those answers. So that's going to be a lot of fun. February 11th, 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And going back, Jennifer, like you said, tonight is the showcase interview with Mark Farmer, who wrote Modernize or Die. And just so everybody understands, Mark helped form the British government's opinion and processes on moving forward with the MMC, modern methods of construction. Modern methods of construction. Because here in the United States, we also have an MMC, don't we?
We do. And again, all roads lead back to Vaughn Buckley and
Vaughn Buckley. You know what? I should invite him.
I know.
I definitely,
so
Vaughn. The problem here with having Henry, Vaughn, Greg Ugaldi, and Jerry is I'm going to need to mute. I'm going to need a mute button.
Here's the problem. And I'm going to steal this solution or this problem.
Oh, you come on and moderate.
No, this problem nomenclature from Margaret Whelan, who also is presenting at IBS. And good, bad, or indifferent. I love that cast of characters, hold them in the highest regard, but they all look the same.
Oh, you mean from last year? They haven't aged? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
is that the way I'm not I don't know.
Yes, you could definitely.
Do I look the same as last year?
But the complexion, and not to go political here, but we are in a very, more aware of diversity and inclusivity. And it would be great to get some women in there. It would be great to get somebody new in the mix.
You know what? That is a great point. Maybe Julietta would want to join that. She'd be a good fit for that conversation.
Yeah.
Margaret would definitely be a good fit, but Margaret needs more time. She's busy, but we can put it out there. Hey, if you have any suggestions on people that are in the industry building it and doing it, there is tons. I'm just having a mental block on who we can bring back in. Tiffany McCall is definitely one, but she's already tied up with a lot of this stuff. Yeah. Either way, we're going to have a great conversation. We're going to have more diversity. Jen's calling me out on the diversity part. But this is all just kind of last minute. We pulled it on the show. We were just talking about it. Let's have a conversation. Now I'm adding more people.
Everywhere we turn.
Right. Which is going to be great. So,
yeah. So with that said, talking about
All right, sorry. We have a live guest that popped into our makeshift studio, so Jen had to take it over there. I'm clapping my fingers a little bit. So with that said, that's what's coming up. IBS is a big thing, and we are really looking forward to everything with what's happening. Mike Rowe has been rescheduled and canceled. Let me see what the comments are. Let me give Janice chance to come back. Oh, Miles says Sarah and Logan for the panel. Now we're really diving deep into volumetric building companies. I think this is going to be so much fun and such a great conversation to have. I also think that it's going to be a real conversation. This is not a conversation that we're looking to beat up on anybody or anything like that. It's about driving it forward. It's a conversation on let's help people understand where we're going to go with this. Let's help people understand. The only way we're going to get change is, and Greg and I talked about this yesterday, if both sides sit at the table and we collaborate, we talk about the pros and cons of each, because there's cons to panelized and volumetric, and just like there is to, regular site building and stick building. So
yeah, definitely. And sorry that I had to jump for a minute, but that's the world that we live in. It's about bringing really clever individuals together, really forward-looking individuals together, and how do we come up with the right solution for what's facing us? And believe me, this is not one size fits all. It's not the same solution for everything, but it's definitely giving people more options, right?
It is.
More roads to walk down and to consider. So today's show is all about education, helping everybody, working together, bringing people together. And the good news is that there's such a spirit of collaboration right now, which is so fun and so exciting. So I know that I am personally bummed in terms of IBS that the Mike Rowe keynote got postponed, but that means that more of us can join in and watch that. If you haven't seen him speak before, he recently spoke at Dave Ramsey's Entree Leadership Summit and just brought down the house. I mean, completely brought down the house.
Found it. Video content. He did.
Oh.
I wanted to put it up so people can see where to go. This is a fun conversation. I'm sure I'm not supposed to play it or share a lot, but
there you have it.
Our internet's slow today, right?
Well, I don't know if it's us. It could be us.
It's us.
But I know that all the IBS sites have been pretty slow as well. So can we share a few other things that we're super
We can try, but this isn't moving very quick. Let's go.
That's okay. We can just speak to it.
What's the other one you want? I'll look for it.
So outside of, oh my goodness. So outside of the opening ceremonies, what I am so excited about is happening today at 4:30. How can I do this? Let's look at this. High performance job site scenarios and solutions. That's happening today at 4:30. And you know who's on there, who I totally love?
Who's
Christine Williamson.
Christine Williamson, and that's in Shop Talks, right?
Yeah. So if you just search up Christine Williamson, if you don't know Building Science Fight Club, you need to check it out. I mean, she is talented. She's amazing. She's smart. She's well-spoken. And so she is teaming up with a few other presenters, Gord Cook, Steve Easley, and Joe Siburik. I'm not sure how to say that, but he's from Building Science Corporation. And basically, it's a panel where you can bring your high-performance job site questions and scenarios and talk about possible solutions. So again, when you think about collaboration and bringing people together, this is a great chance to talk about real problems with air sealing, ventilation, moisture management, all that good BS, and get some good solutions.
Good BS. And we're not talking BS as in bull. We're talking about building science, right, Jen? Right, Jen?
We are. We love a good BS chat for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of BS flying around here right now. I love it. All right. Yeah, now it's moving a little slow. Everybody's here. It is. Got it. So I love it. Building Science Fight Club.
Yes. So Christine Williamson, she's a great example of somebody who's rocking it out there and really doing a good job and bringing good design and good, better building together.
Good
So,
design and better building together. I love it. I love it. Maybe Mark Willie should be part of that.
For sure.
Man, I still got banners up there. Let me pull this down.
Yeah.
All over the place. All right. So listen, everybody, we got a lot more coming as soon as IBS and hopefully some of these overloads get back together. We're going to have some more updates. Definitely a lot more talk on what is happening at the show. Is there anything else you were going to want to go through?
Yeah,
there was.
my favorites.
Oh, we're not done? Okay. I'm just going to sit back. There's a nice warm fire behind us, by the way. All right.
Well, no, we definitely wanted to get everyone to get back to the people who are really helping you out there. But if you haven't checked it out, and if you don't know who some of these people are, today's Design Studio Customer Experience, that's happening Wednesday at 12:30. And that's with a good friend of ours, Jane Marr.
Jane Marr, right here from New Jersey.
Yeah. So, she can help you, if you're a builder of any size and you're trying to really spice it up with your design center or the way you engage with your personal selections for your homes. Jane Marr is definitely the go-to from Opt for Success. So that's Opt, the number 4 success. But she's got a presentation on Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern. So definitely check that out. It's a semi-live format, so she'll be around to answer questions. And you'll just, if you just need somebody with some high energy and enthusiasm.
We interviewed her last year at the Builder Show. In fact, in Vegas this time last year.
Yeah. So sticking on that topic, a huge event every year, packed house, no doubt, is 60 design ideas in 60 minutes. And
Duhamel?
Yep. Don Dumal. So there you go. And
love that one.
Here's the thing, in building modular, we often get, the stigma of, oh, it's boxy, oh, it's boring, oh, it's so bland, but it's not. And if you're looking, again, for a way to spice up, stay on trend, and keep your virtual experience strong and make sure your homes are really on the right track, check out 60 Design Ideas in 60 Minutes.
Oh, no.
That's on Thursday at 2 o'clock.
She is amazing. Here it is, 60 designs in 60 minutes. Connect challenge. But see, it's moving real slow.
Yeah, it's moving so slow. So be sure to check that out.
And she's a lot of fun. Like she really is a lot of fun. Like just jumps right into it. Good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing her talk again.
Yeah. And some of these things, it's hard because some of these things happen at the same time. You need to pick and choose. But another event that Dave and I are really looking forward to, again, is a panel discussion, The Builder's Perspective. And this is on Wednesday, February 10th. And this is one that is moderated by Margaret Whelan, who always asks the best questions. If you've ever wanted to meet a curious cat, she's your go-to, because she does ask really great questions and gets, into the details of things. So Tom Benedict is on that panel, Chuck Chippero, Royal Erickson, and Tim O'Brien. So you have an amazing cross-section of builders, and Margaret will be asking all the great questions. Yeah, for sure. Really looking forward to it. So what else? I'm not cutting you off, man. I already learned my lesson. I thought for sure we were moving. So those are my favorites. I know for now. There are others, but I'll leave it at that. Her favorites. All right, listen, everybody. So the keynote is micro. Let's just cap on this. That has been rescheduled because it got overloaded this morning, and they're rescheduling the keynote. Oh, wait, I lied. There's one more. Hey, listen, everybody. I'll see you all later. Jen, you're on your own. I'm out of here. No, I can't. Well, I was trying to think. There was something tied to my grow, and I couldn't remember what it was, but now I do. It's Greg Zick's presentation on workforce development best practices. Greg Zick. Recruitment and placement. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention this, because this is the crux of so much that we talk about on Building Modular. How do you recruit and retain the top talent, the best folks? Actually, no. How do you recruit and retain and develop the best talent? Because not everybody comes to you with an MBA from Harvard, right? How do you pull out those golden nuggets, and really find what really gets people encouraged and excited and inspired to be their best self.
Wait until Greg finds out you forgot about him.
Oh, but I didn't. We snuck it
We just
in.
had a meeting with Greg not too long, like a week maybe ago, and you've already forgotten him. So
I haven't.
listen, Greg, again, this is just another, he's charismatic. He's got just, I don't know. He has energy.
Oh,
He's going to be a fun presentation to watch for sure.
So that's tomorrow, Wednesday, February 10th at 10:30. It's workforce development best practices, recruitment and placement. If you are looking to build your team, don't miss this one. Really dial in. Greg's amazing.
Yeah, Greg is amazing and his whole team's amazing. So here's the deal, everybody. We kind of threw together this makeshift studio today. We had different plans with everything that was going on with IBS, but with some of the things that we're doing, we improved. Is it improv?
We improved our improv.
We've improved our improv. So, but with that said, hopefully this brings you some value. We will be back tomorrow. Like I said, special guest Jerry McCahey from Integra is going to be the guest tomorrow, talking all things IBS. We're going to have a lot more fluid information tomorrow, now that everything looks like they're starting to really rock and roll on all the shows. And we'll be able to give you some updates there, some inside conversations of what's happening. And, of course, having Jerry on the show is always a banner thing. And then again next month, not that far away, only 3 weeks away to next month, we're going to have a panel on with the immediate past chairman of the National Association of Home Builders, myself, Henry Mickelberg, Jerry McCahey, and possibly one or two others. And we're gonna add some what did you call it? Diversity to our panel. So Jennifer's probably going to be there as well.
Probably not.
Yes. Jennifer's going to be there. Miles said Sarah Ann Logan. That would be a great person to have on. She may be too smart for all of us. So.
Yeah, she'll whoop your butts.
All right, so here we go, everybody. So please check it out. The I can't even think. Our presentation. Do a search on Dave Cooper. Check out our tech bites on inbound marketing. You will not regret it. I promise you. Also, be sure to check out building systems for custom homes. That's a live panel. Please like and share. We will be live taking answers and questions from the audience. They're only letting in 75 people.
Right.
Only letting in 75 people. So you want to be part of that, you need to jump in. All right. Definitely. You were going to say something?
No. You have it up.
Isn't it my turn yet?
Yeah, no, you have the banner up. Everybody can see it. That's great.
All right. And also we have Modernizing Construction tonight, 7:30 to 8:10 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. It is tonight with Mark Farmer, Modernize or Die. There's a lot of lessons to be learned on how we can use what the United Kingdom, the British government has done to incorporate some of his findings and the things that he wrote about into their codes and how they build with MMC, modern methods of construction. So we got a lot going on. I'd be remiss to say, be there. All right. Be there, please.
And with that, thank you everybody for joining us today for another episode of Building Modular on Dave Cooper Live. We're super thrilled to have you all with us, and we wish you all a great rest of the week. And please check out IBSx if you haven't already. Yeah, go there right now. Please log in. If you are having any difficulties, please note that it's just there's so much traffic, which, by the way, is a good thing, a very good thing. So I'm Dave Cooper. I'm Jennifer Cooper. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Jerry McCahey. All right, everybody. John Magnin, fun session, guys. Was it fun? We really felt like we were just all over the place. A mess. Were we a mess? We miss you, John. It was, we do miss you. It's been a year since we've been together. No, well, World of Modular is where I hung out with John too, man. Yeah. Drinks at the restaurant, World of Modular. I miss those days. John, looking forward to catching up further with you. I know I owe you a response to a message you sent. Just reminded me, actually. Yeah. I'm losing my mind, John. It's a lot. You got a lot going on. But, hey, we're coming out your way. Maybe we can do some of your projects on our live tour. Would love to do it, man. You're one of the smartest ones in the industry. Self-proclaimed from me to you. I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. I hope all is well. All right, everybody. That's a wrap. Jen, unless you got something else to say, I am signing off.